Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is for lock, as in lock horns. As in a player I'm in a game with constantly locks horns with NPCs. It was slightly annoying at first. Then it got gradually worse until another even-tempered party member punched him. Before story time, of course, we have business time. If you like this story, a subscribe would be much appreciated. I've got a bunch more too, so check them out. They are gold. This occurred in my game with Danther, the hapless paladin. Though I'm glad to report that since Danther's hit level 5, he has become quite a bit better. We've had a revolving door of players for a while, and one of the new ones, let's call him Francis, because of his maturity level.
You're an idiot!
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
He likes to pick fights with NPCs, talking trash, stuff like that. Nah, he wasn't really that bad. I don't know, maybe chaotic stupid light? It didn't get out of hand until we were in the desert, outside a pyramid where we had to recover some items. We ran into an old man, an Indian gentleman who offered to heal us if we came out of the pyramid. You know, a nice, helpful NPC. We knew the pyramid would be dangerous, so we were happy to accept his help. Not Francis, though. He began mocking the man in a bad Indian accent. Once again, for no reason. This went on for about 5 painful minutes with him and the old man yelling and cursing at each other. Finally, we convinced him to move on. This was the first time I wanted to punch Francis, but not the last. After we finished the pyramid, he wanted to capture the NPC that had led us to the pyramid, a bunny person, as a slave. Did I mention I'm a paladin? One who left his homeland because he didn't like that his people waylaid travelers and kept them as slaves? I'm not letting him keep a slave. I explained this to him, and other than a lot of whining, he's okay with it. Now his general antics are getting on my nerves, but no one else is speaking up, and the DM is laughing at his shenanigans, at times. So I figured, maybe it's just me, and I don't say anything. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, no, newbie, you're never wrong. You've never been wrong in your life. You can't be wrong. However, it is possible I could be slightly oversensitive, and maybe this guy is okay. We make our way back to our guild, and just outside of town, our Dragonborn warlock meets his father. He hasn't seen his father in years, and when they meet, the father informs him his mother, who he thought was dead, is actually alive and a prisoner of the Yuan-ti. Yuan-ti are snake people to various degrees. Some are like full snake, and some are mostly human looking. But all are evil. Now, Dragonborn is having a touching discussion with his estranged dad. Danther is observing what the gravity of the situation deserves. Out of character, I'm thinking how cool it is the DM threw some backstory stuff into his campaign. He's never done that before. I think most of the party agrees because they are silently watching. Notice I said most? Francis, who must have been going through withdrawal because he hasn't done anything in a few minutes, guess what he does? Do you really think Francis is going to let an opportunity to horn in on the Dragonborn's moment go to waste? Then you don't know Francis. He starts an argument with the father. Like, in the middle of their reconciliation, he starts cursing and arguing with the father. I'm not sure what started it, but it was probably a serious case of look-at-me-itis. We're off to the swamp to rescue his mother. On the way, we run into a human fighting a frog hemoth. His horse dead. He's grappled, so we rush in to help him. Together we defeat the evil monster and he introduces himself. He's our new party member, a cleric. We all welcome him. Francis welcomes him by pointing out he can't be a good cleric, after all his horse is dead. So yeah, Francis's first words to our new player are talking smack. Honestly, I kind of expected worse. So welcome to the party, I guess. We get to the last village before the Yuan-ti, and I bet you can't guess what Francis did. Actually, he acted fine, and we got the information we needed, and we're off. Of course not. He started a fight with an old tabaxi, and we had to break it up. Eventually, we get to the Yuan-ti base, and after taking a couple of them out, we free some prisoners. One of the prisoners is an old man, and yes, Francis did try to fight him. I've had about enough of Francis by now, but before I can do or say anything, Warlock straight up punches him in the face. He connects for minimum damage. I'm a bit surprised, especially when the rest of the party applauds him. Francis takes it well. Okay, not exactly. Francis gets angry and decides to go home. Yep, he refuses to move when the rest of us go on. We get into a big battle, but handle it okay, and the whole time the guy is pouting in a corner. I mean, this was a pretty long battle, probably like 45 minutes in real time, and this guy spent the entire time just sitting there doing nothing. After the hard-fought victory, I decide to go talk to him, and he's complaining about being punched. I talk him into coming back with us. You know, that's a really good question. I mean, I was relieved that I wasn't the only one annoyed by his antics. I guess I figured as the oldest member of the party, it was my job. He came back with us, and the session ended shortly afterwards. We haven't played since then, so I'm not sure if it's going to take. We'll see. That was my run-in with Francis. Have you ever played with a Francis? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you'd like, and as always, play your character. Don't let your character play you.